Welcome to the District Compass. Today we have with us Stefano Casalter, who has been a district speech contestant for several years in District 21. And a couple of years ago, he actually made it to the semifinals at the world stage. So welcome, Stefano. Can you tell me a little bit about how you choose your topics?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, Karen. Yeah, choosing your topic is something I had struggled with to begin with. I think that my mentor, Mel, had kind of put it into perspective for me, though. And he said there's three basic criteria that you have to meet. Number one, it's topics that you know a lot about. So, personal stories are great. If you're in the business of something, speak on that. Speak of something that you know very well. The second thing is topics that you love. When you're passionate about something, that really comes out when you're speaking. So if you talk about something you love, that's going to come out naturally for you. And then last of all, topics that your audience cares about. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. As in Toastmasters, it's okay because we're there all together to be supportive and to listen to whatever you have to say. But when you're creating your speech, think about, what is my audience, your target audience that you're preparing this for? What do they care about? It has to be something that your audience cares about. It's one of the most important things, or else you're going to start getting those glazed over eyes and they're not going to really receive what you're trying to say. So I think that was one of the big struggles that I had. I was talking about, how to pack your suitcase in 3 different ways. And I couldn't understand why people's eyes started glazing over. So thanks to Mel for teaching me that one. So if you meet all those 3 criteria, you're on the right track.
That is perfect advice. When I listen to some of your speeches, I look at them and I think, wow, he just seems to have such ease with getting that message. How do you pick a topic where you can sell your message?
That's a great question as well. Basically, you have to think about what humans really care about, I think, is what it boils down to. When I'm picking a speech topic, I think the 2012 champion of public speaking, Ryan Avery, he has a great book called Speaker, Leader, Champion. And it's one of the greatest books about public speaking that I've ever read. So I definitely recommend picking it up. And in there is a chart that says eternal virtues for inspirational speech topic selection. And these are things that universally human beings care about. For example, taking action on something, authenticity, balance, calm, charity, friendship, compassion, leadership, love, mindfulness. There's all these things that human beings generally care about. So what I do is I go through the list and I think about these things. Say, for example, humor, the humor and healing. Think about, where did you learn that lesson in life? Because first of all, you don't have to cure cancer or survive cancer or climb Mount Everest to come up with a speech topic. A lot of people think that. They always think, well, I got nothing to share. That's what I used to think. I've got nothing to share. Nobody's going to be interested in what I have to say. But sometimes it's the simplest things that cause a change in you, that you can relate to your audience to cause a change in them. Let's take my 2018 district championship speech. In that one, I talked about my mom's 65th birthday. It was nothing monumental. I was going to give a speech at my mom's 65th birthday, but that was such a powerful, changing moment in my life that I was able to tell that story and include the message about fighting the fear, fight fear. Don't let fear interfere with what you want in life. And I was able to pass that on. So when you're coming up with an inspirational speech topic, figure out what is the core message that you want to get. Make sure you're crystal clear on that message. And that's the way you get through to your audience. So it doesn't have to be anything, huge. And it all boils down to stories. What are your stories? For example, we're talking about something you know well, right? Your personal stories are something you know very well. Your personal stories are something that you're passionate about, that you love. And believe it or not, the audience cares about your story, especially when you have that message that's rooted in something that human beings care about. Gratitude, honesty, vulnerability, that sort of thing.
Wow, that is powerful. I think I learned a few things today too. Thank you so much for spending time with us today to share your ideas and to give us some tips on how we can actually choose that topic based on some of the common human themes. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Karen.